Hi, Phil Aston here from Dad's Spinning Magazine with my follow-up review to the Tedeschi Trucks Band's 4-part concept piece. I think that's the first time I pronounced the name of the band correctly, I think, Tedeschi Trucks Band. And as I said before in my previous video when I looked at Crescent, which was part 1, I'm absolutely loving this. And I love the band, I love the kind of just musical feel of what they do, and as a husband and wife team, this kind of telepathy they have between themselves and the way Derek Trucks plays. So the new one, which is part 2, which is called Ascension, is similar artwork, so you know you can tell that it's building up on a proper concept. And this one in a way feels more laid back, but I made some notes as I played it for the umpteenth time the other day. The whole way the cover's done and everything, as you'll see a little video at the bottom will show you, it's very similar to the other one, but the music is absolutely sublime. The first track is called Playing With My Emotions, and it's just got a great groove. Susan Tedeschi plays like an absolutely superb vocal, absolutely loved it. And I was playing it yesterday, and it's a fantastically hot here in the UK, and it just went down so well. You know, it's absolutely brilliant song, written by Mike Mattison and Gabe, as he plays the Hammond. There's not so much obvious Hammond on this album, but the guitar playing, it's a real funky kind of guitar solo. It's not slide solo from Derek, and it's really uplifting. It's a bit kind of like latter-day Allman Brothers, which would make sense, would it not? And it fades with another guitar solo as well. The next track is Ain't That Something, which is vocal by Gabe Dixon and Susan Tedeschi as well. It's absolutely superb. And Susan's on the chorus, great R&B blues, and there's a lot more blues on this album. Some of it's really kind of swampy slide, you know, blues, taking you right back. It's fantastic. Again, it's laid back, nice slide solo, you know, and I think the way, you know, I've got used to seeing them live on DVD or on YouTube. I've not seen the band live, I'm in the UK. But you just know that there are certain songs that they've got a certain feel that as they move into the kind of what would be the fade live, they just hit their stride and just keep grooving. They really do. And the third track is All the Love, and this is a lead by Susan, and it starts with just voice and guitar, and it's a ballad, and it's 9 minutes long. But this is very, very special song. This is my favourite from the album, to be honest. It has a heartfelt chorus. It's got a very nostalgic love based on innocence, hope. There's a very positive message. It kind of took me back to when I was younger. And at 3 minutes 30, it drops back, and for a kind of like almost jazz blues feel. And from that point on, it's an instrumental, and it's just beautiful. It reminds me of Miles Davis, you know, kind of like, you know, that kind of like, you know, really that kind of early 70s jazz fusion, but not like jazz fusion where everyone's trying to outdo each other. It's just like really kind of that laid back jazz fusion, you know, it's in a silent way, by Miles. That's the one I was trying to think of. And you can feel that Derek Trucks is getting lost in this. You know, it would have been interesting to be in the studio, maybe they just like grabbed a section of it. It's just absolutely beautiful. There's some cool brass that's kind of like this dips in and out as well. It's just brilliant. 9 minutes of just summer groove, great guitar, and I mentioned this before about Derek Trucks. In the hands of another guitarist, this could have been grabbed and he could have just run with it, and it would have sounded fine. It would have sounded great if he'd just like really gone for a, you know, an upfront guitar solo and just, you know, poured the notes out, but he doesn't. I think what I love about Derek Trucks is he holds back. He listens not just to the song and what the song might need in respect to guitar flourishments, but he almost like listens also to the vibe, and you have a feeling that if he did this tomorrow, it might be slightly different. But this is obviously what was like now, and this also live. I mean, maybe live he'll kind of rev up a gear, but it just has it's just fantastic, absolutely fantastic. So that was track 3. Track 4 is, I think, Rainy. Is it? Am I in the place? Yes, I'm sorry, I am in the right place. Is So Long Saviour. That's right, which is very short. 2 minutes 50 odd seconds ish, I think. And this is a real pure blues song, just real kind of dirty slide, lots of reverb, swampy blues, gospel chorus, great solo, fantastic. You know, in and out we're done, but really going back to that feel from the early Derek Trucks albums, I felt. Rainy Day is nearly 5 minutes long and opens with a solo slide and then laid back guitar with Susan on vocals. Typical of of this band. It's just a real good groove, and I do think that this is what I was saying at the beginning. I think this is a more laid back part of this 4 album series. It really, really is good. And the one after that is called La Di Da. Which is an interesting title, and the lead vocals again by Susan, and it's written with Gabe. 3 minutes, and again laid back blues and soul, great slide solo, and it just follows on. It's as if like the first album gets you into a certain place, and this one is taken to a different kind of feeling altogether. And then after that, we're on to the last track, which is 6 minutes long, called Hold That Line. And this has got a real Eastern tinged feel to the guitar. And it's another thing that I love about David Trucks. This kind of world influence, this kind of Eastern stuff that he did on a lot of his solo albums. And the fact that it just comes in here and you can just visualize him with his eyes closed, just lost in the music. It's very chilled. This is the kind of music that you sit out on the patio and the sun's going down and you poured yourself a glass of red wine or maybe a chilled beer. Non-alcoholic beer will be fine if that's your thing. But this superb guitar. It reminded me a bit of Lee Ritenour, that kind of, again, gentle jazz fusion from the 70s. And, you know, all the guitar is just sits so well. You know, he's one of the top guitarists in the world, but he doesn't have to try. He's not interested in that. He's just interested in music, and the way him and his wife Susan just do this is just absolutely magical. It really is. So I cannot do anything other than recommend Tedeschi Trucks Ascension Part 2 of a 4-part series as being one of the highlights of the year for me already. So thank you for watching, thank you for being here, thank you for supporting and subscribing and ringing that little bell and being patrons as well. Stay safe, keep spinning those records, let's stay positive, and I shall see you on my next video.